son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Oh. Okay.
Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Your lovable Crossbone X here. I see you want to become a wizard and tame your very own Wyrm. Well, you came to the right place, comrade, because today we are becoming wizards. You're the wizard, Harry. For today's test, we're gonna be using my platypus Grumpy as a sacrificial pawn. But first things first, you're gonna have to come down to the space biome. Do keep in mind, like I mentioned on my last video, the environment will change every 24 hours in-game, which can cause some creatures to despawn. Without further ado, let's get on with the video, baby! For the first test, we shall be using Assault Rifle. I'll be comparing a primitive and an ascendant assault rifle to see which one works best. Make sure to dip in time and let your platypus soak in all the damage. As you can see, it's doing pretty okay, for the most part. All you gotta do is fire away. Once the Wyrm is glowing blue, that will give you the option to tame it. Be very cautious. Try your best to get as close as possible so you can start riding and doing the minigame. Once that's done, ba-bow! You have officially tamed your very own Wyrm. For the second test, we shall be using shotguns. I'll be comparing both primitive and ascendant to see which one works best, and just repeat what we did on test 1.
We could be legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know what's real. Escape reality. Hardwired.
For the third test, we'll be using a rocket launcher. And like before, just repeat what we did on test 1 and 2. Now this is where the fun begins. For test 4, we'll be using the MiniGun. I'll be comparing both primitive and ascendant to see which one works best. And like before, repeat what we did on test 1, 2, and 3.
This is the world you've made yourself. Now you have to live in it. The end is in our sights. The future is already here. No matter how hard we tried, we are doomed. Say your goodbyes. Brace yourself.
Okay, for the 5th test, we'll be using the Tek Bow.
The end inside.
I'll be comparing both primitive and ascendant to see which one works best. And like always, repeat what we did on test 1, 2, 3, and 4.
One hardwired.
For test number 6, we shall be using the Tek Phase pistol. I'll be comparing both primitive and ascendant to see which one works best. And just repeat what we did on test 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is where stuff got kind of tricky. The Phase pistol doesn't have a whole lot of range. So the problem with that, you'll have to get a bit closer than usual. The trick still works, it's just that the Wyrm is a bit stubborn. But trust me, it still works. Just keep repeating what we did on test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and hope for the best. Okay, for the final test, we shall be using the Tek Rifle. I'll be comparing both primitive and ascendant to see which one works best. And lastly, just repeat what we did on tests 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you go. Hopefully this video helped out.